You know, I want to briefly share a quick video. I had a cleaner that comes to my house. Each time I see her clean, I used to like the way she do the jobs for me. She keeps my place really tidied, you know. So one day I told her, I'm gonna call my friends. I want them to take you out. I want them to buy you good clothes. I want them to buy you underwears. I want them to make your hair for you because one of them is a hairdresser. That's a salonist. And then she used to clean my house for about $7. But each time she do this, I got to give her $15 for it because I want to empower her. I want to make her understand the fact that it's not about what she do for me. It's about her getting out of what she's doing quickly and become a boss for herself. But then she told me something. She said, I can't make all that happen today because I had to go home. I had to talk to my mom for my mom to give me an approval for the next day. I said, it's all right. Then I gave her 2 G's, that's $20. I told her, don't call me a fool. Now the truth is, she went home and she never communicated again until the next time she came to my house for a cleaning service, which she never mentioned that issues again. Now what am I trying to point out here? Every problem you are in life, you are a part of it. Sometimes we do not know we're part of this problem because we can't actually figure out conscious mindset to see it. It's like you've been a part of a mistake unconsciously to your knowing. That's how we get to be part of our problems, unconsciously to our knowing. You want things to change for you. You want your situation to move from point A to point B. You can achieve all that if you don't start changing the way you think. For the way you think is the beginning of a new transformation in your life. For if you want that situation to change around from what it is to what you want it to be, it begins with the way you think. Just the same way Jack Sparrow would say, it's your attitude towards the problem. In a layman's language, it means it's the way you think. If you don't want those friends around you that they ain't being supportive to you, it is the way you think. Because if you can think about positivity, you can actually figure out the people in your life who could be bringing back the energy of negativity. It begins with the way you think. For the way you think is stronger, is powerful. Yes, you know the Bible says from the abundance of the heart, the mouth confess unto salvation. You have to conceive it inside. You have to believe it inside. You have to think it inside. For anything you want to be, you have to live it inside of you first before you leave it outside for the world to see. If you want to prove greatness to people, you need to be inspired by the greatness inside of you. The greatness inside of you should not make you calm. The greatness inside of you should be that drug that never make you sleep. Because you know why? When the greatness is too intense inside of you, you can't hold it no more, but you want to push it right now into the wall. It all begins with the way you think. It all begins with the way you say things. It all begins with the way you give out your opinion about things. Nothing is going to change about your life, not until you start changing the way you think. Like I said, what you think is powerful. Before you do anything, understand the fact that every action you propagate has a reaction. Now the question is, your action, your next action, what's the reaction going to be? Is this something that is going to move you from point A to point B? Or is this something that is going to move you from point A and leaving you nowhere? What drives you inside of you? What inspires you inside of you? If you don't change the way you view things, things can never change for you. I don't give a fuck about my problem. I don't worry too much about my problems because the problems are always going to be there. There's a word that says problems are inevitable to mankind. It means they will always come. But the only time I see my problems come true, I try to think different with my problems. Because if I think along with the problems, there will never be a solution to them. A problem is a problem, but thinking about the problem is a different phase of that problem. You want to be better in life. You want people to appreciate you. You want people to respect you. You want people to adore you. But if you don't have the power to think, how then do you have the power to choose those who ought to be in your life to make it all blossom? If you don't have the power to think, how then do you have the power to refuse? And how then do you have the power to accept? Hey, listen up, and I said the power to refuse and accept. You could be accepting the false energies into your life, and you could be refusing the right energies into your life. What I'm trying to say about my cleaner is this. A lot of people has problem with greatness. There are a lot of people you need to forcefully take them out of where they are and put them where you want them to be. But then the question is this: how many people love you too much out there that they want to forcefully remove you from where you are and place you where you ought to be? Because they see where you ought to be even though you do not see it. How many friends in your life want to remove you from that comfort zone that is pulling you down and place you where you ought to be? Because they understand the fact that they are seeing you greater than the way you see yourself. Listen, there are two kinds of people. There are people who sees greatness in you and they want to pull you out for you to achieve it. And there are people who don't even see it at all in you. You need to start thinking about the circle you create for yourself. You need to start thinking, understanding the fact that everything that goes down your life, you are part of it. You need to start thinking, because the power to think is the power to understand a whole lot of things. You can't start blaming people for the reason you've been a failure. Before you do that, ask yourself, son, if truly, sincerely in your heart, honestly, you've ever thought about being great. If truly in your heart you ever thought about being a giver. If truly in your heart you ever thought about touching lives. For what you conceive inside of you is what you're going to acquire. Is what you're going to achieve. If you were not thinking before. Like I said, it's 2021. We need to start thinking. For the power to think is the power we need to change a whole lot of things in our life. This is your homeboy Green. Thanks for watching.